Welcome back to the Time and Luxury channel, everyone. I'm Kamal Chulaka, your host. Today we're exploring a speaker that's been creating quite a buzz in audiophile circles without breaking the bank. The DALI Oberon 5 Floorstanders. These speakers have been around for a while now, and for over a year now, I have been living with these Danish beauties in my listening space, paired with the Cambridge Audio AXR85 integrated amplifier and the Cambridge Audio CXN V2 network streamer. We'll be discussing how the system performs with high-resolution streams from both Apple Music and Tidal. Okay, let's dive in. Let's talk about design and build quality first. First impressions matter, and the Oberon 5s make a statement without shouting. These slim Floorstanders stand just under 83 centimeters tall, making them surprisingly apartment-friendly while maintaining a commanding presence. What immediately strikes you is the craftsmanship. The cabinets feature these gorgeous wood grain vinyl finishes. Mine are in light oak, but they're also available in walnut finish, black ash, and white. The attention to detail is remarkable. Clean lines, rounded edges, and the distinctive DALI badge that subtly communicates quality. Removing the magnetic grills reveals those signature DALI drivers. Two 5.25-inch wood fiber woofers with a distinctive reddish-brown hue and the 29mm soft dome tweeter. There's something honest about the design. It's clearly built for performance first, yet remains elegant enough to complement rather than dominate your living space. At around $1,500 CAD or just over $1,000 US a pair, these speakers strike a balance between aspirational and attainable luxury. Exactly the sweet spot many of us are looking for. In my system, the Oberon 5s are powered by the Cambridge Audio AXR85 integrated amp, a solid British design unit delivering 85 watts per channel. This pairing makes perfect sense given the DALI's 88.5 dB sensitivity and 6 ohm impedance. There's plenty of headroom and the amp never feels strained. The digital front end is handled by Cambridge Audio's excellent CXN V2 network streamer, which I've connected to the AXR85 via RCA interconnects. This allows me to stream high-resolution content from both Apple Music and Tidal and YouTube with remarkable fidelity. The Oberon 5s are remarkably unfussy about placement. I position mine about 30 centimeters from the rear wall and slightly towed in towards the listening position. The rear bass port means you don't want them flush against the wall, but they are far more forgiving than many speakers I've tested. Let me share my experience with specific tracks that have truly showcased what these speakers can do over the past 1 year. Rim Bana's Mirrors of My Soul reveals Oberon 5's ability to handle complex vocal textures. Bana's haunting voice floats with three-dimensional quality that cheaper speakers simply collapse into a flat plane. The cultural instruments maintain their unique timbral quality without homogenization. Sushila Raman's Nagumoma and Ganapati present fascinating challenges with their fusion of Western and Indian classical elements. The DALIs reproduce the microtonal nuances of her vocals with surprising accuracy, while keeping the complex percussive elements distinct and properly spaced within the soundstage. The Bitlim's No Aphrodisiac demonstrates the speaker's ability to balance intimate vocals with piano and strings. The emotional weight of Tim Friedman's voice comes through with all its melancholy intact, and when the arrangement builds, the Oberons maintain separation without congestion. Miles Davis' flamenco sketches from Kind of Blue might be the ultimate test for any speaker claiming musical credibility. Through the Oberon 5s, the spatial relationships between the instruments are preserved with startling accuracy. Bill Evans' piano notes hang in the air with appropriate decay, while Davis' trumpet maintains its characteristic breathy texture. Decay of notes into silence, so crucial for this recording, is handled with remarkable finesse. Nat King Cole's The Girl from Ipanema and Unforgettable showcase the DALI's mid-range magic. Cole's velvety baritone is reproduced with the kind of presence that makes you feel he's in the room, while the orchestral backing maintains appropriate scale without overwhelming his voice. A.R. Rahman's compositions like Kannalane and Manmohini More demonstrate the speaker's ability to handle the complex layering and dynamic swings characteristic of his work. The distinctive Indian instrumentation maintains its authentic timbre while the production's depth is truly realized. What's particularly impressive is how these speakers handle the diverse musical palette, from Western jazz standards to Indian classical fusion, with equal respect and musicality. There's no sense that they're voiced specifically for one genre at the expense of others. Before settling on the Oberon 5s, I auditioned several competitors in this price range. The highly acclaimed KEF LS50s were actually my frontrunners initially. Their precision, detailed retrieval, and holographic imaging are legendary for good reason. However, despite their technical excellence, the Oberon 5s ultimately won me over with their significantly more robust bass response, which is to be expected as I was comparing bookshelf speakers versus Floorstanders. As someone who listens to a lot of jazz and blues, that fuller low-end foundation was essential for capturing the weight of upright bass in jazz trios and the resonant body of blues guitars. I also seriously considered the smaller Oberon 3s, but they simply didn't deliver the musical heft I was looking for. While being excellent bookshelf speakers in their own right, they couldn't match the Floorstander's ability to move air and create that sense of scale that jazz and blues recordings often demand. What might surprise you, it certainly surprised me, that I actually prefer these modestly priced DALIs over several significantly more expensive options that I had auditioned. I'm not easily impressed, having owned KEF blades as my primary speakers for several years, along with other high-end models like the Montreal Audio Gold Reference series and the KEF Reference 205s. After living with such a distinguished company, I approached these more affordable speakers with a healthy amount of skepticism. What ultimately sold me on the Oberon 5s was their ability to disappear as physical objects in the room, creating a soundstage that extends well beyond their physical boundaries, while maintaining precise imaging. After a year of ownership, this quality continues to impress me, especially with well-recorded acoustic music. Living with these speakers for over a year has revealed nuances you simply don't catch during short auditions. For instance, I've noticed how the wood fiber woofers have subtly broken in over time, with bass response becoming more articulate and controlled after the first few months. The speakers have proven remarkably consistent across seasons, unlike some ported designs I've owned that seem to change character with humidity fluctuations. They've also proven incredibly reliable, with no issues despite regular play at moderate to occasionally enthusiastic volumes. What I've particularly come to value is a revealing yet forgiving nature with less than perfect recordings. These speakers don't hide the flaws in older material. They'll definitely let you know when you're playing a compressed or poorly mastered track. However, unlike some hyper-detailed monitors that can make vintage recordings almost unlistenable, the Oberons maintain the musicality even while exposing the limitations. This balance has been crucial for enjoying my extensive collection of music. In the luxury audio space, value is relative. What the DALI Oberon 5s offer is a taste of high-end audio without the stratospheric price tag. Paired with the Cambridge Audio Electronics, the system delivers a genuinely premium listening experience that would cost significantly more from many other speaker manufacturers. Coming from someone who's owned true high-end speakers like the KEF Blades, Montreal Audio Gold Reference series, and the KEF Reference speakers, I can tell you this. The law of diminishing returns hits hard in audio, yes. Those flagship speakers deliver experiences these DALIs can't fully match. The Blade's coherence across the frequency spectrum is still unmatched in my experience. But at roughly 5% of the Blade's price, Oberon 5s deliver perhaps 50% of the musical satisfaction. That's an astonishing value proposition. The Oberon 5s represent what I consider the sweet spot in high fidelity audio, where the law of diminishing returns hasn't yet taken full effect. Moving up from here, you'll certainly find improvements, but they'll come at exponentially higher costs. After living with the DALI Oberon 5s for several months now, I'm generally impressed by what the Danish company have achieved. These speakers manage to be both technically accomplished and emotionally engaging, a combination that's rarer than you might think. They're beautiful enough to satisfy the aesthetic demands of a design-conscious home, yet authentic enough to please discerning ears. Paired with excellent Cambridge Audio electronics, they form the heart of a system that delivers a truly premium listening experience without venturing into the realm of audio extravagances. If you're looking to elevate your listening experience without the need for remortgaging your house, the DALI Oberon 5 deserve a serious audition. They represent luxury audio that's attainable and refined enough for the connoisseur, but accessible enough for those beginning their high fidelity journey. So that was my take on the DALI Oberon 5s. If you enjoyed this experience of attainable audio excellence, please hit the subscribe button and let me know in the comments what gear would you like to see featured next. Until next time, happy listening. This is Kamal Chilaka for Time and Luxury.